Okay, we are live. Chatting it up for a little bit just on this Saturday night. Yeah, we are just chilling here. Okay. Bing bada boom, bing bada bing bing bing. Bing 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 bing. All right, let's go to YouTube real quick on the side. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Edit this. Edit. What the? Oh, earn. Turn on. Save. Okay. There we go. Yes, I do like to talk. Good evening, Shots in the Dark. Good evening, Ken. Ken has been to all three live streams. I just got. I should be doing things more productive than live streaming, but honestly, I feel like this is a really good way to communicate with like people following the channel. And so it's new. That's why I probably won't. I definitely won't do it tomorrow. Okay, it's good. I probably clicked the mute button here. But yes, Ken has been to all three live streams, and so it's kind of crazy. I had to delete the one from earlier though because I had my personal email in there, and I don't want that out in the nether. I could have blurred it, but so what's up, everybody? PG Halar, what's up? What's up? Let's see if I can. The one thing I haven't quite figured out is like where to keep my chats and stuff. And all, it's definitely not for the money, this streaming, because I think I got the stats back from the one earlier and I made about $2.50. The 2.5 hour one from Friday night. What's up? What are we talking about? We can talk about anything you want. I've been just chilling with my chat the last few days or today and yesterday and talking 3D printing, answering questions about YouTube, answering pretty much anything and everything. I'm looking for some 3D prints right now. So, what should we 3D print? I'm thinking I'm going to do a board game 3D prints video. So, or like a games 3D print video type thing. So, I'm wondering what I should print. Nentvedu, what's up? What's up? What's up? Got 11 people here now. Let people are strong. I mean, it's Saturday night. You guys should be out partying. Although I know we talked about this earlier as well. A lot of our partying days are over for the people following my channel, especially on a Saturday night. Yeah, man, it's just a chill stream. Maybe for an hour or so. I said that last time, and I've gone over every single time. The LA hobby guy just posted he made 9 cents for his last live. 100%. It's definitely not. There's no money in live streams, at least on YouTube for like me. Tyson DB, what's up? Good evening, Steven. There's definitely no money. Honestly, even AdSense, you would think that I'm making like a decent amount with 16,000. Or I guess some people are actually surprised, but it's not making I'm not making that like crazy of a money. I need to get some sponsors. Yeah, the people who are into 3D printing and are watching your live stream love it. That is true. We all. Is it losing so everybody let me know, is it losing audio like on Ken's side? Is it losing audio for you guys? I guess I could put my headphones on and watch my own stream. He isn't for me. Okay. If I'm not for you, then it's probably good. Let me see. I have these old Astro A40s I've been watching for a long time, or have for a long time. I need to get a new pair of headphones. Seems good on this end, but okay. Maybe it is you, Ken. We'll pause that then. Just I mean, I have like 300 megabits upload speed, so I hope that's enough. Like my favorite print is definitely my life-size battle droid, being the B1 like replica type. But as far as like just a standard print, Something that's not as crazy. Maybe like this Imperial shuttle right here. I'm a Star Wars guy, so right here from Galactic Armory. I like that one too. That one's a pretty good one. So what's I've asked this like 3 times. Every single time I stream, I ask what's everybody's working on, but it could be different day to day or even hour to hour. Like I'm printing right now some inserts for a Catan board game. So that'll be one that's featured in one of my videos. I'm trying to find like I was looking at Forge Core 3D prints. It's like $19 a month though for his subscription to get 5 prints. And I'm just not sure. Like a lot of times when I make videos, people want free 3D prints. So I get conflicted. Like, should I include like, you know, evening Mike, off topic, but what meat church seasoning you recommend for brisket? I use holy cow with uh the blue gospel. I think it's the holy gospel, a little bit sprinkled on. I just follow Pittman's uh like his recipe that he did, and honestly it's been awesome every single time. Uh I'm printing I'm trying to print a bunch of puzzles for my sis and in-laws special needs class. Hey, that's a good way to use 3D printing. Keychains, finger eggs, Tano art. I don't know what that is, but sounds interesting. I want to do a whole bunch of Hue Forges on the Snapmaker U1, but and I was also going to print all 151 original Pokemon, but I found out that you need more than 4 colors for some of them. I'm printing holders for my garage tools, socket holders, wrench holders, and stuff like that. That is a video that is on my schedule to do. Actually, not really. I don't have a schedule because I don't have a lot of sponsors, so I don't have anyone to really answer to, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, right? But going into this holidays, I'll be honest with you guys, I'll probably end up getting some sponsors just because, everyone wants advertising. But also, that's the best season for YouTube. So I'm going to be pumping out these videos. And also I've already printed on the printer I was testing. I printed like 20 Gridfinity boxes or like trays. Taino art is the native tribe to Puerto Rico. Oh, didn't know that. Glad you are streaming again. I sorted the Elegoo metallic PLA. Nice, nice. I ran it through the dryer again, printed while drying, and had great results. Must be that spool. Sometimes silk PLAs, like metallic PLAs, are just really, really terrible. Just got my Creator 5 Pro. I'm assuming that's Creator 5 Pro, Creator Pro. I'm putting it together Sunday and deciding what to print first. Well, yeah, I don't know. It depends what you're into. I like learning Hue Forge and Sun Catchers. Interesting. Sun Catchers, that's something that I haven't seen for a bit. But Hue Forge is kind of hard to learn. I don't know what that means. You got one of those tool head changers. Yes, I have a Snapmaker U1. They did send it to me. I had the Creator 5, but I sold it after I did my obligations for FlashForge. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the FlashForge ecosystem. I'd much rather have the Snapmaker. Honestly, I'd rather have the H2C, but I can't. I still have yet to justify spending $2,200. I'm printing my last Kumiko lamp design and having to rework it due to some dimensional changes I can't explain. I think you said that earlier too. Somehow I screwed something up in Tinkercad. I'm also printing the dryers and drawers for my new U1 CC 3D projects. Did you ever see that Kumiko? I think it was a Kumiko. Like someone made their first video a Kumiko design, and he got like a million views or something. It was kind of crazy. You're going to love the Creator 5. Oh, you're talking to Tyson. Yeah, honestly, the Creator 5 is pretty good. I don't have any complaints about it. I just didn't care for the FlashForge ecosystem. It's preference, but I think everybody who buys a Creator 5 is going to be happy with it. I wish I would have waited. I got a Cheaty at +4 last. Hey man, like I've heard that the Cheaty +4s were tanks, and uh, no other comment. I mean, they just announced the Cheaty +5. I guess that's public information now. We got 26 people in here for a Saturday night. Let's see if we can get up to today's top number 50. We had 50 in here earlier, so we'll see. But hit that like button, guys, on the stream. Greatly appreciated. Let me know what you're into, what you guys want to talk about. Open to any questions. I know some of you guys are just chilling, working on some of your projects. Just here to hang out. Maybe we'll talk about some printers if you guys have questions. I've been asked about the Infomec a lot. But yeah. What else we got here? Let me click out of this. I think we're good there. Also, earlier, I forgot to turn on monetization for the live stream, so I'm definitely not getting paid for my earlier one. Any news yet on what might be next from Bamboo? Unfortunately, not. I did have a guy okay, I won't say guy. I did have a person who would usually fill me in on a few things, but I don't know, I don't know. They haven't said anything. But also, you have to remember, even content creators are never going to risk their NDAs, or they shouldn't risk NDAs. So it's going to be hard to find out. And every time I make a video, I always have to do public. I mean, Bamboo's never worked with me, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. They don't have to. I'm free advertisement. But no, not yet. I do think they're going to do a index style tool changer though, because it just doesn't make any sense. I feel like there's plenty of. I don't understand why the PTFE tubes are so egregious on some of these printers. Like the M1D seems like a solid piece of hardware, but man, you have a foot tall of PTFE tubes. Same thing on the Snapmaker. I feel like there's got to be a better solution. And I'm sure that when Bamboo comes out with their solution, they are going to have something different. Doesn't Spider-Man come out tonight? I think that came out on Thursday night. I have not gone to see it. I haven't been keeping up on Marvel lately. They just kind of have been delivering dud after dud. At least in my opinion. I'll go see Doomsday in the theaters, but I went to see Odyssey last weekend. The Odyssey. I took the plunge on the H2C. It was definitely expensive, but man, can it handle anything I throw at it? The only complaint I have is that it's slow to start print. Yeah, the H series is just like that. I feel like the whole H series, but also doesn't it do calibrations for the Vortex? So I can imagine it's even slower. But then the H series of Bamboo Lab are just by far the best printers I've ever used. I have just the H2S, and it's by far the best printer I've used yet. Nothing has come close personally. As far as UI, ecosystem, just working with the slicer, everything has just worked. I've never had issues with it. Or issues that I would actually talk about. Does anyone have the Infomec price point is awesome, but I'm in plug and play and not. Yeah, I don't know if anyone has the Infomec. I've heard I know some content creators have multiple tool changers in their hands right now, but I don't know which one specifically. I'm gonna guess the Cleatech is out there, but I don't know for sure. And that's where the Sovel, the M1D, only going into a select few content creators that are more on the technical aspect. I've talked about this too, where I think 3D printing from a technical perspective is really not doing well on YouTube, and that's why some people say you can't make it as a 3D printing content creator. And so that's where I'm. And Ken, that might be because I switched to 4K. I don't know. We'll see. If you have issues with the audio, I mean, people didn't have issues with it earlier, so it's probably you. But yeah, going back to the point, I think people watch 3D printing content now, not necessarily to watch the 3D printer, but what you can make with a 3D printer. It's like this weird, like no one really cares about the technical aspects because it's gotten so easy. Would you say that Bamboo breeds Prusa? From what I've seen, Prusa seems to have issues just like others. It's just propped up by fanboyism. It is propped up by the fact it's not made in China. That's like, and that they push security. But if you just go over to the Bamboo Lab printer and hit developer mode, then you're not connected to the internet. So like I don't understand that whole argument really. Yes, you lose connectivity to like the app, but like then you I that's where I fail to understand like why Prusa is like living in the Stone Age when it comes to their UIs and stuff. Because if you're charging $1,300, let's just say for a fully assembled Core One, and it's not even as big as a like a P1S or in the same range. I think one of the axes is bigger. Like what I just don't understand. Like in I don't understand. I think part of the reason is that they're doing steel or metals, some sort of metal uh as like their panels, but like switch to plastic like everybody else and get your prices down to stay competitive. I think they're the only reason that they're even still really like existing is that they sell to a lot of businesses and they do have hardcore fanboys. Like yeah. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Infomec versus Creality Cleatech. I mean, one of them's got to be existing first, right? I do think Creality system's going to work. Creality printers have gotten better. How they it's just how they like approach content creators and they really control what you say. Like every time I get approached by Creality, it's like some nonsense. I or they just stop responding. And it's like, okay, I thought we were like I was supposed to work with them with their new laser, the one that has like a whole bunch of interchangeables, and twice now they have like, "Oh, I forgot to check my email." It's like pretty unprofessional. I mean, I guess that's like honestly, that's a lot of these companies, unfortunately. I want to start working with companies outside of 3D printing just on like ad reads. Like I'd love to get sponsored by like a coffee company or something. That'd be awesome because I actually drink coffee like daily. Well, it's unfortunate that the Prusa index has had multiple issues from hot ends to now it appears the coil's coming undone. I also love my H2S and hope the Vortec upgrade drops. Yeah, it is unfortunate because, but that's what happens when you have two companies. Like it always happens that way that one of the companies drops the ball. Like you already have to be on top of your game to deliver a fully working 3D printer. Really, other than Bamboo Lab, do other companies really ship stuff with no kinks at launch? Not really. At least in my opinion, based on what I've seen. And so to have two companies at the top of their game where Prusa already has like this like reputation for being slow to deliver and then they have to fix stuff on launch and then it's a good product. Yeah, I guess we probably all should have seen this coming. But yes, I love my H2S as well. Meat chur seasonings are great, as odd as it sounds. The best brisket rub is olive oil, salt, pepper, and fine ground coffee. Absolutely incredible. I would try that next time. I would. Well, I guess the olive oil wouldn't burn, right? Because you're never going over 300 when you're smoking a brisket, really. I usually do mine 225 or 200 overnight, and then I'll ramp it up to like 225. I guess that's not even really ramping it up, but then I'll go to like 225, max 270. Usually it's floating between 225 and 275 until it gets like, tender or probe tender. And I wrap it usually around 170, but there's sometimes you forget. And then you wrap it around 180. But okay, where I was going with that though is I would try that, but my wife doesn't like coffee. So you can always taste some of the coffee flavoring, but she doesn't like the bitterness. Or she wouldn't like the bitterness of the crust like I would. Hey Mike, first time watching a stream, fun channel. Should be picking up my U1. Sick. Do you have any other printers, or is that your first printer as well? And also, what is your guys' favorite content on the channel? Are a lot of you guys news watchers? Do you love watching the 3D printing news? Do you like the 3D prints videos? Do you like when I do builds on shorts and stuff? What is your favorite content? I feel like I need to get better at the builds because they don't really perform very well on my channel, but maybe it's because they're Star Wars. I thought about building a life size Pokemon. I guess life size is not the correct term. Someone brought that to my attention when I was like life size Lego Battle Droid. It's just human size Lego Battle Droid. Yeah, see, I knew you guys like the news. And I need to find a sponsor for the news because like I just don't know who to reach out for the news. Yeah, see, look, all of you guys like the news. I'm like on these side quests with this other stuff, but actually my latest 3D prints video is performing pretty well. I think it is almost 10,000 views. 2 P1S, a Centauri Carbon 1 and K2 Plus. Similar setup to a lot of people, I feel like. News is the best hand on the pulse. I do work with PCBWay a little bit, but I'm gonna be on. I guess I shouldn't say that. I need some higher bears. I need more. PCBWay doesn't necessarily like the. They don't. We usually don't do. I won't say higher pairs. We usually don't do the news. They don't sponsor the news. They would rather sponsor a project, which is totally understandable. News is best hand on the pulse. Is that why you guys like it so much? Is because I do deliver it with commentary? Like Steven saying their news with commentary because I'm more of a hobbyist, and a lot of the 3D print content creators outside of like Uncle Jesse, Frank, are very technical people. So you like it delivered from someone who really could care less from the technical aspect, or you just need a source. Like, because I've found that since I've started doing the 3D printing news, more people are doing it. I don't know if you've watched those videos, but I do feel like mm, I don't like to I'm not gonna mention any creators' names, but they do sound more scripted. Like I don't script any of my videos, like at all. And you could probably tell sometimes where I just start rambling on. And so I'll try to record it sometimes once or twice, but if I feel like a take was good, I'll just leave it. And then sometimes I forget to say stuff. So I get in trouble that way where I'm like, okay, maybe I should start scripting these, but then I don't want to sound very like robotic. And so I feel like sometimes you can tell people are reading uh um I feel like sometimes you can tell people are reading off script. What the news means to us adds value. Yep. Yep, I keep it simple. Yeah, I try to keep it simple, dude. I could care less how fast a printer prints, honestly. Just tell me the minutes and the seconds. I don't need to know the millimeters per second. Yep, hobbyist and new to this world. Yeah, see, like I feel like just like a lot of people, no one really cares about like. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna say no one. There's a lot of people who care about the tech specs of 3D printing, but most people don't. Like the majority of people, even the people who run 3D print businesses, appreciate the rawness of your news and you are relatable and I prefer to get the news from you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And sometimes I think it gets me in trouble. I'm not going to say it gets me in trouble, but you know, when I get ghosted on some emails, that's probably because I said something. But look, like I really try to think about this from like a buyer's perspective. Like, wouldn't you rather have someone tell you something is going on and like how they really feel about it rather than like hide the money in the pocket and be like, I didn't see that, like, and it's not that I wouldn't take a sponsor from a like 3D printing company. Like, if Snapmaker approached me, if Bamboo Lab approached me, even if Elegoo and some of these other companies approached me and they said, hey, look, like, we would love to work with you. We'll pay you such and such amount per month. You produce this video. I would honestly entertain that because, like, my goal is to allow my wife to stay at home with the kid and potentially kids when we have more. And then, uh, Like, but I would still be honest with you if they messed up, like from a consumer perspective, because I would feel terrible about that. Like not telling people or talking about it when you're the face of whatever. Like I think Uncle Jesse does do a lot of sponsor streams, which I don't blame him. I like Uncle Jesse. He's been nice as far as like I've communicated with, or he's commented on some of my stuff on TikTok. Seems like a really cool guy. But like he did talk about the Elegoo like in the stuff being delayed, the Canvas system. What was I gonna do? Don't want to read that one out. Why brisket when you have tri-tip? Hey man, brisket's gotten too expensive nowadays, honestly. Like brisket is way too expensive. Remember during COVID when you get prime at Costco for $4 a pound? Probably in Texas you could have got it cheaper. Like where are those days again? That sucks. That it's not like that anymore. And same thing with like chuck roast. Those are so expensive now. I'm gonna turn on my fan real quick. It's good to go. Oh. Too many lights. Just flashbanged everybody. Meat candy. I have tried some of that on ribs. It's pretty good. Also, ribs with Meat Mitch's Womp sauce, the barbecue sauce, the one with the apple cider vinegar in it. I don't know if you guys have had that. It is delicious. It's a little bit like peppery or like on the spice end, but it's awesome. Tri-tip does not have the fat brisket to baste it to the cook. True. Beef in general is crazy expensive. 100%. You have to hit the deals now. It's junk meat. Okay. Yes, brisket is junk meat, but that's kind of the point of barbecue. And barbecue got so popular, so it's made brisket more expensive. So, like, the point of barbecue is you take this junk piece of pork and make pulled pork, like pork shoulder, pork butt. And you make this really delicious, tasty meal out of really cheap, what is otherwise nasty meat, typically, right? You just have to cook it down and you add all that fat and the flavor and you season it hardcore. And tri tip has, I mean, tri tip is delicious too, but and I do usually smoke a brisket. Mine usually takes about anywhere from, it depends on the size. Like a small one, like a 10 pound to 12 pound, usually takes like 12 hours. But then like the bigger ones, I've been smoking that thing as much as like 22 hours. And then also sometimes it really sucks when it finishes so early and you have to hold it. But I found that my stove goes down to like 160 and I can hold it in my stove and it works out. Oh, I forgot to read that from Fabrico Joe. Your content is current and no BS, honest delivery. Costco has I really try, honestly, to like just speak my truth and how it is and all that. I really do. But frankly, like to keep doing content, I'll have to eventually add sponsors. Uh, where was I at? Do you have a go-to seasoning or do you make your own? I just buy all the meat church seasonings. They're, I mean, for seasoning, it's kind of expensive, right? It's like what, $10, 9.99. I get them from Ace. Usually, I think they're actually more than that from Ace, but they last a while. Like it depends what it is. Like breakfast potatoes, if you put meat church's Blanco, it's just like salt, pepper, garlic, and a few other things, I think, but mainly salt, pepper, garlic. It is delicious. Like if you go to a Mexican place and get a breakfast burrito, it tastes like those potatoes. It's so delicious. And then I'll use like burgers. I'll just use Holy Cow, and then I use Holy Cow and the Holy Gospel for a brisket, and most of the time that's pretty much. I have like he has a honey one that I've been using. pretty delicious. I've smoked brisket exactly one time. Hey man, briskets again. I was saying it. It's like 5.69 a pound, I think, near me, which is it's crazy. One thing I do want to try smoking is the dino ribs, which I think I'm going to do that soon. Off topic. I mean, it's not really off topic, but because this is a 3D printing channel. But what's your go-to modeling software? I have dabbled in Tinkercad, but I just got reached out to by the guys over at Shaper 3D, so we're gonna try that. So we'll try Shaper 3D and see how it goes. I've heard it's good, but I know it's expensive as well. Shaper 3D. For pork shoulders, I use a rub called Butt Rub. That seems on point. Seems about right. Do you okay when you smoke a pork shoulder? Do you smoke it the how to barbecue right way, or do you go hotter? Meaning he just smokes it at 200 the entire time until it's done. I think, or maybe he bumps it up to 225 at a certain point. But I've done pork shoulders that way every single time. I think maybe I put it at 225 and just leave it the whole time, or 200. I think it was 200 and just leave it, and perfect, tender, juicy. I even do the non. I can even do the boneless ones from Costco, where you get two of them for pretty cheap. I just tie them together with twine to keep them together, and they usually come out pretty tasty as well. But sometimes, like our version here in Arizona is fries um, for Kroger, and I'll buy sometimes if they go on sale. But I really try to avoid them for buying meat. Sometimes when they have good deals, it's hard to avoid like the Krogers and stuff. Even Walmart, like dry groceries, they're just so much cheaper than most places. I learned a bit of CAD with Shaper 3D. I've managed to make some models and publish them on MakerWorld. Yeah. Uh yeah. I just need to sit down. I just don't have time. And then like I'm sitting here live streaming, but I really truly don't have time most of the time to sit down and learn how to 3D model. I can barely keep up on like 3D printing all these things and then like to make things, and 3D printing news is actually one of the easiest videos to produce. Takes me like 3 or 4 hours max. It's just staying up to date with everything. Sitting on the toilet and reading the latest things that software company or 3D print companies come out with. You typically go to 225 if I have time, but I'll go to 250, 275. Yeah, I feel like 275 is pretty good. Like even my ribs, I'll do at 275 for like 4 hours. Does take time. Got 28 people in here now. For Saturday night, that's really not bad for an impromptu stream. Just randomly just talking, you know? Honestly, it's fun just chilling with you guys. I feel like you guys, people who watch the stream and stuff, you know, I don't know. I like conversating. It's like the easiest way without like going back and forth on chats, like or comments on YouTube, and then you miss the comments. And YouTube Studio is not very good for following up on comments. But I tried doing lessons. I just couldn't find the motivation time. I usually spend that time doing something absolutely nothing and feel more productive somehow. Must be the age thing. Yeah. Like I find myself I struggle to stay on task. One thing I really do want to add is like a whiteboard or something. I'm getting better slowly over time with having a kid because you really have to prioritize stuff. But I'm only 30, so I've really had to like, okay, if I'm sitting down doing nothing, I really need to start doing something. Any chance to lean into of some of the smart CNC stuff going forward? Funny story, I got invited to San Francisco to check out the what's the 5 axis one coming out? You have Infomec and you have someone else. You're gonna make me check my email real quick. Who was it? Who was it? And I know it was from them because it was from their Infomaker, the Infomaker K1. They invited me to San Francisco, um, but unfortunately, like it's hard to just go. But they were they seemed pretty cool. I mean, it was a very brief email, but they invited me to San Francisco to go check it out. I think that's like in 2 weeks or something like that. And I was like, I can't. But yeah, so I had a CNC machine at one point here in this, like I call it my workshop. It's really my garage, but that is my workshop, right? I had a CNC machine in there at one point, but it just didn't like it's CNC is a whole different world. I don't know if you're into CNC. Like using the CAM softwares is one like way different than a 3D printer. They're not adjacent at all. We are sick people love the company of other sickos. Yeah. Hey, look, you never know what people do in their spare time. All right. But are it seems like a lot of people are interested in the Infomec. I've talked about that a lot over the course of like the couple live streams I've done. Everybody's asking about the Infomec, and it's the Infomec is just such a cheap 3D printer. It's like it's crazy that they can even possibly do it. I don't think they'll do it actually. Programming CNCs is a profession. Just using a CNC, I feel like yeah, like knowing which tool to use, knowing which like depth you need to go, the patterns, using those cam softwares. I thought it would be a lot easier than it was, and I had to spend a full day just kind of learning how to do some of that stuff. And I still had no idea what I was doing. So it's CNCs are no joke. And I think there's a whole subsection of um like CNC here on YouTube, and it more falls under like the woodworkers type of stuff, which I honestly would like to do woodworking at some point on the channel as like projects. And I know a lot of people into 3D printing, not everybody, I understand, uh are into just building things and doing things with their hands. And so yeah. So eventually I would like to even do woodworking on the channel. I have a lot of woodworking stuff. It gets better once you come to terms with the fact that you're going to break tools. Yes. And so, funny story is like I had a CNC machine, like I was saying, and all of a sudden the CNC machine just randomly stopped, drove right down into like aluminum that I was CNCing, and then broke the tool. But then I think it broke a motor. And I did not want to deal with that. So we sent it back to the company. And it was a pretty big company, and they were really nice with me. They weren't really rushing me to do content at all. And I was trying to do content for them, but it just didn't work out. I also didn't think the video would get views. Woodworkers or pew pew. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a pew pew. Oh, I guess you mean for the CNC. I guess that's yeah, accurate. Accurate as far as like who's making what. What other content creators do you guys watch? I'm curious. I just do research. But like, are you guys on the Uncle Jesse spectrum? Who do you watch outside of 3D printing? What content creators are you guys watching? Like, you know, are you more in just this niche, 3D printing nerd type stuff, or what are we watching? Just got in. Good evening, guys. Meal break. What's up? What's up? You watch all. Yeah, but like what? Like, there's got to be a point where you stop watching people, or do you just watch every single video on YouTube? Right? Yo, 3D print addiction. Wuso Lab, Review Tech USA, and Jerry Rig Everything. Huh. Interesting. That's a uh I honestly can't say I've watched a lot of those, like at all. The tech YouTubers I watch sometimes Marquise, MKHB, um, but not like too many others, honestly. I was watching a lot of camera content when I was looking what camera to buy, but and like how to film videos. What was I looking up? Yeah, I was gonna look up. The problem right now is that I have to be on like multiple different tabs, and yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's make this full screen. Let's fix this. Ooh. So, I wanted to check out. What was that? What is this? Ice cold beer in under 2 seconds from Wuo's lab. Oh yeah, this definitely seems like a late night Saturday night content. There is really interesting BBC on YouTube, BBC video on YouTube about 3D printers using to assist Ukraine and Russia. Interesting. Good evening, Mike. Appreciate your videos as always, brother. Hey man, I appreciate you for watching. 3D Musketeers for business aspects of 3D printing. Do they go much into the 3D aspect, like the business aspect? I know they do sometimes because he mainly runs a business, right? But this whole Prusa situation has been interesting there. Nero, I live like 30 minutes from him in the US. Or wait, UISI. Now I've made the chat too small because it's on my MacBook Pro. I was gonna look up. Who is that? Oh, interesting. Keo Prince, 3D Musketeers. Yeah, seems like Uncle Jesse's just sponsored content. Frankly built for cosplay stuff. No comment on one of those. Fortress Fire. See, people watch some woodworking. BPS Space. I like to make stuff. Okay, I recently found I like to make stuff, and I love it. I when I'm riding my like stationary bike, I watch I like to make stuff, and that's even in my video, me watching his content. And yeah, the Clack Shack. Like I would love to do some of my maker videos or my project videos like his videos, and kind of resemble what he does on his channel, and then see if I can put my own flair on it eventually. Um, but yeah, I like his channel. Live 2 nights in a row. Let's go. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I don't. We'll definitely not be live tomorrow, but I'm not gonna go live tomorrow. How many 3D printers are running for you right this second? 10 for me, and I feel hopelessly behind. I should have all of them running, but right now it's one. I'm just so lazy sometimes. I have been watching Bitwit for years. Review Tech USA is more like unfiltered tech streamer. Let me look that up because I know I saw someone else mention that, unless that was you. Review Tech USA. A rich history of failure. Oh, that's the second one. Review Tech. Of I see. Wait, that can't be it. That's 962 subscribers. Is that who you're talking about? Oh, that's Review Vault. When I review Tech USA, I only see like one channel. USA 2. Is that it? Review Tech USA 2. Oh, this is probably it. Hey, I hope all is well. Love from Canada. Hey, man, can't ask for much more. Hopefully, same for you. I'll be honest, can't stand rage bait overreactions is too much. Yeah, it just depends. Oh, and with 3D Musketeers and Slant 3D and Shop Nation, I feel like I don't really watch Slant 3D and I don't really watch too much of Musketeers. And Shop Nation, I can't say I've watched any more than a couple videos, but I'm not into like the business aspect of 3D printing right now. So it's a little bit different. I'll watch them when some stuff comes out. I just want to see or hear like their opinion on some things and see if it differs from mine. Different from mine. Just fixed a snap maker and an A1. Back to almost full capacity. Just one more to fix. Nice. Hopefully they were easy fixes. Yes. We responded to Larson Town. I don't know. I can't find that message. Also, Prusa apologist to a fault. I don't understand how it's not brought up more. I think that finally with the Core 1L, the last like review batches that came out, it was finally stated on some of these big channels that it's like, who is this for? Because it's like, it's a $2,000 printer with the features of a $1,300 printer from Bamboo Lab. And it doesn't even have its main features. Like everyone was like so amazed that there was this manual flap that opened on the Core 1L when like there's this very intuitive flap that Bamboo Lab has on the H series. Like, and then like, yo, it's crazy. And then I don't mean I don't even know if I want to bring that up. There's like certain things, where like people rushed out videos to bash the H2C. Not for me, but I just watch random stuff, whatever seems interesting or is currently an interest of mine. I don't really have any channels I follow religiously. Spread the love. Yeah, that's kind of me too. There's a channel called Da Build that I love a lot. Let's look it up while I'm here. I just on the side. I just, so I can visually see them. So later I'll be like, oh, what was that channel? And maybe I'll just watch the live stream playback of the chat. Da Build. I don't see it though. How many printers are in my farm? Not a lot right now, like 5. And I'm doing a review video right now. So that one's on the table, not running because I just finished testing it like a couple days ago. Let me find him. Yes, 2. I don't know what you're talking about. Good evening. Nice seeing you again. Yep. What's up? What's up? Don't watch Louis Rosman. He talks like he is in 2 times speed. He does actually. But sometimes his videos can be very informative. I think you're not always going to see eye to eye with everybody, but yeah. The fact is simple. We need more creators in the 3D printing space. Yes. I do wish that more people also took content more seriously because, okay, let me know your guys' opinion on this because this is just someone, as I haven't been doing 3D printing content for a really long time, right? A year in a couple months is not a long time. I feel that if I go to a lot of people's channels, and this is not everyone, okay? That a lot of people are not like this, and I'm not mentioning names. I don't like to mention names here on the channel because that's not nice. But like some of the videos, the content quality is the same as it was 5 years ago, and nothing has changed. Yet the viewership they have, their channel is growing from the aspect they have a lot more subscribers, but the viewership kind of remains the same. But it's because like they haven't changed or gotten better over the course of like 5 years. And I'm trying to change that. And I help everybody with content. Like if you ask me a question about content, you reach out to me on like Instagram, I will answer your questions. Sometimes I don't always go on Instagram, but that's the best way to like contact me, honestly, for like a direct. Okay, where was I at? Also, people don't care about the technical aspects of 3D printing anymore. Or the majority of people. It's a small niche. It's good to see all those guys are doing to get insight and business centric, so it can get boring at times. I watched The Next Layer, New Car Concepts, Redline Reviews, any content with the new G1 Transformers movie anniversary. I can get 2 P1Ss with AMS for 1 Core 1. You might be able to get 3 AMS or 3 P2Ss if you were to get one used, the third one used. Right. I cannot believe the Prusa people like look, they're fine, but they're not. Yeah, the more I think about it, like I put out the review or the video talking about Prusa, and like some people brought up good points. Like you were testing it for that long, and you have a Prusament glow in the dark filament that you did not check. Like, yeah. Anyway, so funny enough, you watch enough of Joel 3D printing nerds video. The one printer in his home is an H2C. Yes, I do notice that sometimes when content creators are very quick to say stuff. Actually, he doesn't really say anything. But other content creators are quick to say stuff, and they do usually have their go-to printer, the Bamboo Lab printer. Anything Liverpool FC. I forgot about Fohammer. Ross seems like a nice guy. Um, and he was actually the one that went on the 3D Musketeers and was like, "Yo, chill out," like because they were going after people who I won't say going after, but they were blaming like people consumers. Like, don't ever blame consumers in like something. Like that's like saying McDonald's supported a farm somewhere, but someone had no idea. They don't have a phone, they don't have internet, and they go through the drive-through and they bought a McDonald's burger, so they're bad. Most people are not going to do research on what like Bamboo Lab is doing as a business. It's actually youtube.com/the build. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Maybe later. Also, I see some nonsense about a 24-hour print failing, but that was not the fault of the H2C last night. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think he was blaming the printer. I think it was just unfortunate. Aurora Tech, CNC Kitchen, YGK, Modbot, Lewis Rosman's an important dude. Uh, espousing the right stuff. I don't know what that means. But yeah, he does talk about some stuff, despite not really liking. Yeah, he can be a little boisterous, but I think he means well as far as Lewis Rosman. Rortech is really good. You need to just watch each of the tests. Like it's the same, and because that you can really tell what's annoying and what's not. Yeah, I think the consistency there is crazy. I think I'm finally catching up on the chat. So can I watch him despite his efforts? I don't know what that means. HUC is literally the best printer on the market. I have two, and I wish I had 200. I don't have one, but it seems like that is the case. But U1 is 100% my two. I'm finding that my U1, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it's like filament not being dry or I have a belt loose, but there's a few um like I don't know. The quality isn't as good as the H2S. A bit abrasive. What does that mean? Well, I mean I know what it means, but what do you mean by that? This is where 3D Musketeer went sideways and blamed regular users for bamboo crap. It was uncalled for, so we have a fractured user base. Look, like here's what I'll say is like again, I'm not commenting like on his thought process, but in general the community for 3D printing is like you like Bamboo Lab or you don't. But in reality, the people who comment on videos are like this small subsection of people. Look at all the people on Maker World. You'll find that some people that still talk about Bamboo Lab bad will go on Maker World or still support like Bamboo Lab in other ways. But like to alienate like most of the fan base in 3D printing is just not a good idea. I mean, I like Bamboo Lab printers. Like they'll say they like Bamboo Lab printers as well. But also, I don't know. I thought Bondtech was going to solve that issue. I like Aurora Tech. Long format find reviews to be fair. And also Aurora Tech doesn't seem to interact with anybody. She just does her own thing or they do their own thing. Lewis is a bit abrasive. Yeah, he's very direct and to the point. So like sometimes people are your cup of tea and sometimes they're not. Like, I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea as well. Weird, my U1 consistently puts out same or better prints as to my X2D. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just didn't dry my filament. Most part, it's good. I think I might need to play with the settings, but for the most part, it's good. It's fine. It's acceptable quality. I'll say that. So far, my last four buys was an H2C, A2L, and two A1s. Did you buy the did you buy the A2L just for the size? I'm curious about that. I've heard hit or miss things about Snapmaker's customer support. Like I always find it funny when a reviewer says this company had great customer support when we literally have a contact directly in the company that's going to escalate the request. So, yeah, message retracted. You probably tried to post a link because I didn't do that. Bamboo is far more polished than just works. Yep, it is. Like the UI, I don't understand. Like companies UI is extremely important, like from an outsider perspective. I'm a sucker for a good looking website as well. Like if your website looks like it was made in the Stone Age, like I don't want to buy from you. If your packaging and your UI, I'm still using a dial knob and it's not this touchscreen, very fluid interface, I don't want to buy it. I don't want to. Why am I paying for something that's like a DOS system or like the old? You guys know what I mean. I'm not trying to use a typewriter in a smartphone age. I've been 3D printing for 7 to 8 years. I use Bamboo Lab. I use the U1. I've had other printers print stuff. Don't like the limitations of Bamboo, but I understand they exist. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I don't get why people get mad about others' opinions and try to force their beliefs on other people. It's like the religion thing. And 3D printing is not a religion, but people act like it. I started with Cheaty, and that was a Tinker machine, big learning curve. Honestly, the cheaties lately have not. I mean, some of them are, but anyway. Then I bought a P2S, and the advantages out of the box were incredible. Do you use any Cheaty products? Cheaty just announced a product. That's what I'll say on that. But I did also review the Q2. But I recently sold it to a guy that was looking to print some more materials. From what I've seen, Snapmaker support is decent enough. Yeah, they're all Chinese companies. It's all going to be very similar. Like, even in the United States, we don't have good companies. Like, I tried to contact Whirlpool for some of my appliances with my house, and you know how annoying it was to even get a rep? It's every company has bad customer service. Like, I don't know why we act like it's just 3D print Chinese companies and that Prusa has some sort of excellent customer support. I mean, I'm sure they do, that you can actually get someone on there, but like at the same time, like it's just like they are good, but everyone else is just in line with everyone else, right? Like Atom Form palette just went quiet and now no more Kickstarter. It looks like goodbye $50 for me. Did you try to get that back? I think you can get that back. Also, I told everybody so when content creators started posting about that, but I'm the bad guy because why try to support and understand and why should I wait 2 weeks? It's fine. I'll just buy the parts. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll just buy a part off Bamboo Labs website sometimes, even if I can get it replaced. See if you can get Vision Miner to send you a review unit. I think that's more of like a business machine, right? More than anything. I don't think they're probably the one for me. Bamboo is like the Apple of computing. Ubiquity, you whatever. I can't speak tonight. Of networking, closed ecosystems will always offer a better experience because they decide what that experience will be. Yes and no. I can see both sides, but I do agree with you. Like, if someone's gonna sit there and say the Linux experience is better than like Windows or Mac OS, I I don't necessarily think that. But it's all personal preference, right? You might want one thing that one system doesn't offer, so it's all personal preference. I don't think there's a best system. It's all just your personal preference. I want to say basically the Atom form is the H2C just by that. I would say it's worse. Anyway, we've never used the Atom form. When I was on my 3D printing news telling people, hey, look, we never saw a video of this thing actually functioning. But yeah, you guys can get your money back. I think if you reach out to them, you can get your money back. I want to say Bamboo is owned by DJI in some manner. Explains a lot. They are. Their CEO, Dr. Tao, was from DJI, and I think he was an engineer or something there. Now, the Morpho company that's coming out in the UV printer, they are also part of DJI. I keep saying DJI. They're also from that branch as well. But they're taking a different approach. I think they have like more of an open ecosystem, which is interesting. Apple is a good comparison. I like Bamboo, but am moving away from them because I want the tool head nozzle changers going forward. I have a Snapmaker U1, a Bamboo Lab P1P, back in the Silva M1D. Yeah, Bamboo doesn't have that, but by November, I'm sure they'll release some new machine, and we don't know what it is until we see it, right? So that's the thing. I have 3 FlashForge printers. I've had a great experience with their customer support. I've had the Creator 5 would be okay. I think the Creator 5 is good. I just not seeing like spare parts on their website worries me. Do they have any spare parts on their website yet? FlashForge. They don't even have a spot for it yet. Like to buy extra nozzles and stuff. I think you still have to go through. New printers are coming in a couple months, 100%. I guarantee. Okay, obviously I can't guarantee it, but we're gonna see the K3 from Creality. The Infomex should be launching on Kickstarter. The M1D should deliver in November, at least first batch. I'm missing some. But that's 3 right there. The Cobra X has me wanting Cobra X. I thought about they wanted to send me a Cobra X, but I declined. Just because it's been out for so long, I can't just do like a review video. So I wonder if they'd be open to like a project sponsor video. Picked up a second A1 for cheaper than the X. I love the A1. I should have added that in regards to user experience and easy use, where stuff just works because they can control what works and what doesn't, and can box the experience and can box that experience into a single ecosystem. That's what Bamboo essentially does. Yes, and so okay. You guys might have different opinions, but like if you sit down and look at like how Bamboo Lab works. People always say you're stealing the technology. They stole this. Guys, when Apple came out with the iPhone, revolutionary, right? What did every other company do? They came out with a full touchscreen phone. Did Apple say you're copying us, cry themselves a river on X, and not put out better devices each and every time? Right? Apple waits for people to come out with certain features. They look at if their audience likes those features, and if they like those features, they implement it themselves on the next iPhone. It's a genius business model because it eliminates the risk of putting R&D into stuff that just doesn't work. But you can't do that unless you're the number one company, which Bamboo Lab is. And that's not even like an opinion, that is factual that Bamboo Lab owns most of the consumer 3D printing industry. Creative 5 seems like a step backwards from the 85X. I actually don't agree with that. The 85X purged so much and it was pretty bad as far as purge, but it did work. The Creative 5 did work as well. Serious question, how much of your income all in is from 3D printing and how much of your real career? Okay, so I'm an open book. I put $0 from YouTube into my personal finances. Every single dollar I have made from this 3D printing channel has gone back into the channel. Camera upgrade recently, I mean that's on credit, but MacBook Pro, buying 3D printers, buying filament. I just bought like 25 to 30 rolls of ABS for those projects that I work on the side. I haven't had to buy much of my own filament lately. Like I just bought Green Bay Packers colors filaments because I want to do like a get ready for the NFL season 3D prints video. I know that's kind of niche, so I'm wondering if that would even do good. Um, but yeah, all in 3D printing, I don't put any money from YouTube in my personal finances. I've never mixed them at all. I have a separate LLC account, business account, and everything for that. Sovol's answer is going to be interesting. Curious about the Creality Cleatech. Yeah, for Sovol, it's going to be a matter of can they actually put out a working machine on launch or when they actually start delivering? Because they only sent it to very technical YouTubers, I feel like. The quote stealing is also a cultural thing in Chinese business. Copy and make it better than your competition. Sounds familiar. Um, is it copying? Let me ask you guys. Is it stealing? Okay, so this is a good example. Is it stealing if you take something and you give it features that it did not have before, or you make it work like it did not before? For example, if Bamboo Lab were to take the Bondtech Index, doesn't have this coil issue that it has apparently, and then also gave it hardened steel nozzles, which it does not have currently, is it copying? But they'll also use their Vortec. Oh yeah, and if it has the induction heating, which Bondtech tried to claim that they were copying them as far as induction heating, but they literally beat them to the market by almost a full year. Apple borrowed the GUI and mouse from others. A lot of people borrowed that. Is it stupid to back these on Kickstarter? Sure. I didn't say sure. He said sure. But I I am very vocally, I think everyone knows my stance on Kickstarter. And I will not I might see that's what's hard. Like I don't want to limit myself and say I won't do a Kickstarter product video because like if it's new technology, but also like you everyone needs to understand the risk of Kickstarter. But you better believe me, I'll make another follow-up video that they were in the wrong. But like I can't get people's money back personally, and I would have profited off of it. So I don't know how you guys feel about that as well. Like people making Kickstarter videos. I know people made a killing from the Snapmaker one, but that turned out to be good. Kickstarter isn't what it wants. You are right on that. I was absolutely shocked on how quickly 3D printing paid for itself and allowed me to buy stuff like the Eufy make. I'm doing the exact same thing as you. I dump money into hobbies. Yeah, and I'm actually in process of like I'm working to get more sponsors and stuff. So you will see more sponsors eventually on the channel. Like it's just the evolution of the channel because um you're not going to like make a I eventually want to make YouTube a living. So I can't do that without sponsors because AdSense is not going to pay the bills. I will tell you guys how much I've made on AdSense. Like this month, if you guys actually want to know, if there's 4 guesses in the chat on how much I made in AdSense in the month of July, I will tell you guys exactly down to the dollar what I made on YouTube for the month of July. All I need is 4 guesses, and I'll tell you guys. Basically, if you tell the truth, you're good. Yeah. That's what I try. I might have missed some of these chats, but I think I'm caught up. If Solval gives you an M1D, you need to take that. No one has that printer. I know. But I don't think they will. I've never had any contact. $50. $300, $57. Okay, one more guess, and I will tell you guys how much I made on YouTube. $350. Okay, so $256. Okay, so this is where you guys are going to learn a little something. Okay, let me look. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling up my dashboard, my analytics. 402, 256. Let me see if this is... Okay, let me change it to the month of July. Now, this is estimated. Sometimes YouTube changes it a little bit. I had 155,000 views, so keep that in mind. And total was $762. Just from YouTube, though. $762 from AdSense on YouTube. I will tell you that most content creators do not make their money from AdSense. And I'm learning that recently, but I can't tell you how much they make. I have a general idea, but I wouldn't put that out there. SnapMaker was an established company, had the most successful campaign, 3D printing delivered well. Not everyone will be SnapMaker. That's the risk you take 100%, but also I think they could have done it without Kickstarter. Well, maybe not, actually. The advertising was free. Yeah, and it was the U1 SnapMaker Wave. Yeah, $750 is fine, but it's not going to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be making like 4 or 5 grand just to replace like half the income in the house. Which I make a little more than that too, so personally. But yeah, I put all the money back into the channel though. So I did make more than that for the month of July. Like if you include affiliate, I did like 1 or 2 sponsored videos. I think I only did 1 sponsored video this month. I got a free printer. But yeah, you can say it's a free printer, but I get sent printers, so I don't really have to buy my own printers occasionally. When do you think they'll release the U1 XL? I hope this year, but I don't know. Yes, different categories definitely get different rates on YouTube. So like if this was gaming and I had the same amount of views, I probably would have made $100. Oh, come on, don't do that. Don't worry about paying the bills. I'm in the top earners of the nation. A YouTube channel isn't going to do that. Actually, you'd be very surprised. So, for example, I made $762 on YouTube, but realistically, sponsors would pay me more than that. Like in general, just for a 30-second ad, like you can probably make $300 to $400 on one video. That's just a general thing. So when I tell you guys that this is like YouTubers make a lot of money, if they're doing it correctly, as far as like capitalizing on their viewers, they're making a good living. I'll tell you that right now because I have been paid sometimes a couple $100s for an ad read. But obviously, disclosure is also important, right? Like you need to disclose all your ads according to the FTC guidelines, which not everybody does. I make sure it's very clear every time I post an affiliate link. Which also affiliate links pay you pretty good, man. Like 5% typically. Like 5% if you spend $1,000, that's $50. Here in LA, everything is so expensive. I have to really spread my income. Aside from 3D printing, I need to keep working nonstop. And honestly, I love going to the beach in California and stuff like that. California could be a very beautiful state, but when you want to take so much in taxes, I would never live there. In Arizona, it's a flat 2.5% for state tax. And we have some of the lowest property taxes. Hey, I'm from Indiana, and I don't know if I could ever live there again. I don't know why it unless you retracted your message. But I mean, what else do you guys want to know? I mean, you didn't want to put that where you lived, but yes, I'm from Indiana originally. Fort Wayne, sir. I was born in Fort Wayne. All right, so let me look. So I told you guys I made $762 on YouTube this month. This year, 2026, I've made over 7,000. Yeah, I doubt anyone would do anything just with your state though. That's pretty general. But yeah, I've made over $7,000 on YouTube. Just YouTube though. Again, that doesn't include sponsors. And 3D printing is a higher paying niche because it's like tools and stuff. So again, if this was gaming content, that's not realistic. But in a niche like this, and I'm telling you guys, you can make a living doing YouTube. And even if not, like, by the way, are you guys affected? Wait, I'm in San Diego. It's not cheap, but also can't picture myself leaving. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful like city, right? So, by the way, are you guys affected by any of the bill restrictions with regards to 3D printing? Not yet, but everyone could potentially be impacted, even you guys in Europe, because that would mean that, or in other countries, because that would mean that the software is on the printers already, and I can't imagine they would ship different printers. Okay, let me ask you another real question. Do you sell any of your prints? I do not. And if so, why aren't you selling them? Yeah, I don't. I just don't sell them. I print stuff for my own enjoyment. If you are given a 3D printer for a review or project videos, do you have to claim that printer's value as income on your taxes? Yes. So I think it's I don't remember the exact wording, but it's like what it's like it's not the retail price, it's like what is potentially worth. I prefer to keep YouTube as a hobby. If it makes money, then that's a bonus. Hey, look, and some people that's how it is, dude. I love YouTube. I love making videos. I love doing this. So like it's a little bit different. Like I dude, I cannot get enough. It's all I think about 24/7. YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Yeah, fair market value. That's the correct. So you have to pay taxes on fair market value whenever you get free products. So I do keep a spreadsheet and I keep track of everything that I get for free. Don't need the IRS come knocking on my door. And I do keep a couple thousand in my business account for taxes later. But again, I don't put any of my money in my personal, like it all goes back into the business. I'm an Amazon Vine member. Everything I get gets 1099 at full value. That sounds like it sucks. I'm heading out. You're doing a great job live streaming. Hey, I appreciate that. My third live stream ever. Yeah, so I mean Stranger Danger 2, I mean, everything typically that you get for free in 3D printing comes from China. So there's that. I am on the Amazon affiliate, but and I've made a decent amount through Amazon affiliate. I'm heading. Oh, I read that. Do any companies ever want you to send a printer for review and send it back, like car companies have for press? I have never had that happen. I've never had to send a product back. I only did one time for a CNC machine because it broke, and then I was like, guys, just take this back because I don't want to do the video anymore. How long does it take you to make a video? A week, a month? Do you use AI? I only use AI for my thumbnails. I used to use it for some of the descriptions, but I found that that doesn't really matter. Sometimes it can matter for SEO, but in my actual videos, I use zero AI. It's all me. Um, Unless you count like in DaVinci Resolve, they have like a noise cancellation. Technically, that's AI, but I don't use any AI outside of that. But only for my thumbnails. And it's because I can't make thumbnails, and I did pay someone to make thumbnails, and I made better thumbnails using ChatGPT. So that's the only reason. And I do get better click-through rates. If you guys don't know what a click-through rate, that is basically just anytime your video gets shown on a screen, does somebody click it? I get better click-through rates when I use AI. So like, why would you not use it for a thumbnail? I know a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the faces you make, but they do get better click-through rates. Am I just going to sit there with a like this and people click it more than like, no, it's just common sense. Like, so anytime someone makes fun of my thumbnails, I'm like, either I see what they've said before, and then yeah, I just usually mute them. But how long does it take you to make a video? A week, a month? Do you use AI? I went on the tangent about the AI question. It really depends. The 3D prints videos, the longest part is 3D printing everything, but really that's just machine time, so I don't include that. But I can sit down and finish one in a day. So maybe like 8 to 10 hours. I did try a different editing style and it's been working for as far as retention better. So it just depends on the video. 3D printing news videos are the quickest. They take like 3 to 4 hours max. Sometimes I've done one in less than an hour. It's the recording part that takes a little bit on those. The editing is really easy if I sit at the computer and do it. Do you guys have a preference if I do it in the studio? Is it actually more aesthetically pleasing or does it really not matter because it's information? Oh, okay. But I've never taken a month to do a video. Usually about a week. Between 3D printing everything. Are you able to or want to say what CNC machine it was? It was the Makara Air. There was nothing wrong with it particularly, except for just randomly it dove into the bed and then it snapped a tool and then I think the motor broke and I just didn't want to deal with it anymore because I was already taught myself so much cam and yeah. Oh come on, we all know you're AI. Yeah, if I was AI, that'd be the best AI, right? Uh, I missed your message. Oops. So Larson said, "I'm about to make a channel. I have no idea if anyone will watch. Mostly, I feel like people want to argue for no reason." Dude, you're gonna get those people. My best advice is just to mute them and move on. Because if you mute people on YouTube, they can sit there commenting and it'll look like on their end that they are responding to everybody and having conversations, but no one sees it except for them. So it's actually kind of funny. I have so many haters. Like you'd be surprised. I have blocked probably hundreds of people or muted them. It's like called mute or something on YouTube. I have muted hundreds of people. And you would not believe some of the messages I get. It is crazy. And sorry, I hit the mic. You definitely cannot please everybody. Don't make videos to please people. Make videos that you are proud of. And the best advice that I ever listened to was someone said, improve something in every single video and you'll make better videos. So if you make 100 videos and you improve something every single video, by that 100th video, you're going to be way better. If you go back and look at my original Centauri Carbon video, bro, bro, like go back and look at the first channel or first video I have on this channel. It's still there. I mean, I had other videos, but I put them as private, like from when I was doing like toy collecting and stuff. But some people just want to be negative. Okay, so this is how I view negative people as well. If someone goes to a YouTube channel and they feel the need to sit here and type out a disrespectful message, my life is better than theirs because I would never feel like I needed to disrespect someone or comment something. And I've also seen like backhanded. I had a lot of comments about my hair before. Like, dude, I do it easy. I do buzz cuts half the time. I know I need a haircut. Like, you don't have to tell me. And so I'll just mute those people too. And like I get some of it's playful, but like when you compliment me and then backhand slap me sometimes, I don't want to deal with it. Like I don't want to read them. So I just mute them. It's the easiest way to do it. Like call it a day. But for the most part, 95% of people are nice. I think location variety is good. Yeah, sometimes I'll do it in there. Sometimes I'll do it out there. Mute them so they scream into the YouTube void. Yep, that's exactly what I do. You handled the haters very well. Yeah, and if anyone ever has YouTube questions, I'm more than willing to like help, man. Like there's the two most important things on YouTube if you want to be successful. And like I do think I opened some of your guys' eyes tonight, at least me personally. Maybe this is my ego. I do have a big ego, okay? Don't fracture it. Hey, I built up this ego over time, okay? I know I'm not the best at everything. I don't have an ego like that. But the two most important things, or the most important thing is packaging when it comes to YouTube. Click through rate and then your retention. Get those two right, you'll be good. I pinned one of my negative comments on my video. I thought it was funny. Yeah, sometimes I like to do that, but then like there's a lot of swear words sometimes in them that people have left me. So I like to keep the channel family friendly. Because like you never know. Like if if someone wants to sit down with their kid and watch a 3D prints video, let's get some ideas on what to 3D print. Like I would like everybody to be able to watch it, you know? What's your hair? Please don't touch the hair. Let it be. Dude, I just buzz cuts it. Buzz actually my wife buzz cuts it for me every time. I'm older than you, not old, but older, and I don't know if I'll be accepted, but I feel like I have some things to offer. Then just do it. So like the best advice I could give literally anybody is just do not worry about what other people think because if someone's mean to you and you let that person drag you down, you get dragged down into the mud with them and that is just not the place to be, man. Like if people are not uplifting, there's no place for that. So like YouTube is like a rising tide floats all boats or something. I don't remember what the you guys can correct me, but like it's just I just don't understand negativity. I really do not. And that's why sometimes I struggle with the news videos when a company does bad because it's so negative. Like this Prusa Bonte, like it pains me to make those videos about a company that's a small company. Like it's just crazy. Like it's a 14-person company. I feel bad, but at the same time they doubled down on something that was disrespectful to consumers. So I've been in video games for a dozen years and I've been really successful there. Hey, look, man, like that's the crazy thing about YouTube. No one will ever know that unless you talk about it. You can be whoever you want to be on YouTube, honestly. I mean, I'm the same person as I am in real life, so people do really see through some of that stuff, but I'm just, no reason. Like you never know until you try stuff, right? And I think if you were successful in video games, you have traits that made you successful that you could translate over to YouTube, whether you marketed a video game, whether you took chances, whether you did all these things. I take chances and sometimes a video flops. But you know what? I'm not going to let that get me down. We'll take another chance later. We'll see what happens. We'll go back to the news. My bread and butter is the news. And so, yeah, my goal was maybe one day 3D printing will be so big that 100K people a week watch the 3D printing news. Realistically, probably not. There's tech channels that don't even get that. But maybe we incorporate some more stuff in. Maybe we do add some tech. Maybe one day you're seeing an Apple MacBook on this channel when it first gets launched. But I'll never forget the 3D printing news because that's where we started. But also probably not. I just would like to build things. Like, I don't know if I want to go that deep into tech. I'm not that comfortable with tech. Hey, later, man. Have a good night. Uh, Morris and Dico. I think if you're genuine, you're sharing fun and interesting content, people will watch. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're genuine, you're fun, and you're interesting. You have to have the interesting somewhere in there, and you do have to make the content at least enjoyable. Because how many times would you click off a video if the audio was bad? So, like, there are certain things because it's YouTube, but yeah. Where are those cars in the ground in relation to where you are? What do you mean? Cars in the ground? Is there cars in the ground in Arizona or something right now? Cars in the ground. The famous art installation of Cadillac in Amarillo, Texas. What are you talking about? Cars in the ground. Also, what are your thoughts on 3D printing becoming more prominent in stores like Michaels and Target? It's only a matter of time, right? And there's a reason that Bamboo Lab is the only ones available in Target and stuff. It's because they're easy to use, they're reliable. Target doesn't want to be taking customer service calls for Creality, you know. But they'll probably still occasionally get them from Bamboo Lab, and people are like, "What am I? What do you want me to tell you?" I can say I love building prints and hate building printers. That is 95% of the 3D printing niche, but a lot of people don't realize that. They're just the silent people. So, for example, I'll get a ton of likes, but not very many comments on some of my 3D printing videos where I show off 3D prints. And that's normal. On the news, I get tons of comments, but low reviews. That's also normal. So, it's a different people that it attracts. The Target Michaels thing makes me want an A2L like I am not in Texas. The car's in the ground in Amarillo, Texas. So that is far from me. I'm in Arizona. It says it was built in June of 1974. Interesting. Didn't even know that was a thing. Creality was at Michael's? That's crazy. You're building a 3D printer called the Fraxinus OOTW, and it's mad cute. I don't know what's more concerning. I guess there's only one thing that you're calling the 3D printer cute. I saw Creality at Michael's, read that. Same with Best Buy. They sell Creality online. Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. It's this hobby has taken off like crazy in just the last year and a half. And I've seen that, I think, even through my viewership. So, yeah. Okay. So if you had $1,000 to spend on a printer, what printer would you buy right now and why? Same thing for $2,000. Dude, that's like the third time I've seen that question. Hey, when you live stream, you'll get repeat questions. I just answer them. It's no big deal. Uh, $1,000. It really depends on what you're going to be doing. Um, I haven't used it yet. I'd probably buy the X2D for 900. Or if you're going to be doing 4-color multi prints, the Snapmaker U1. But like, uh, 4 I found is kind of limiting. Limiting. Yeah. Yeah, you could also get multiple printers, like 2 P1Ss, but I think I would get an X2D. Or if you don't ever plan on printing ABS, I would get a P2S maybe. But haven't used either of those technically. And then if I was doing $2,000, I would hope that the next Bamboo Lab sale, the H2C goes on sale again for 2,000. Is that a wrong answer? Like, I love the H2S as well, so I don't necessarily. The H2D is a weird position for me, where it's like not that much more than the H2S, but then you have the H2C not far behind that. But that's how they get you. That's how Bamboo Lab gets you with this pricing ladder. Three Cobras or two ATLs or one Snapmaker. Yeah, that would be crazy. We'll stream for just a few more minutes and then we'll probably hop off here. It's getting late. And by late, I mean it's almost 10 o'clock. It's crazy, but we'll stay on here for a few more minutes. Been some interesting conversations here. Probably said some things I shouldn't, but it's okay. Also, there's been like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I I guess now the comment earlier where there should be more 3D printing content creators is kind of like, I guess yes, like that's kind of hitting home for me more so now because like I go to YouTube, I just feel like there's not many videos like that I haven't seen already. So, hmm. Fraxinus OOTW. Let's see. Fraxinus OOTW. Oh my goodness, it's like a little cabinet. It's like an oven. It's like a yeah, it looks like a little stove oven. Oh, in their description it actually says cute. That's kind of funny. Oh. That's crazy. So I see why you described it that way. I bought Best Buy Filament and Pagee, and it was great. Then I found out it's rebranded Polymaker, and AMS recognized it for $10. In person was crazy. So what's crazy to me is that Polymaker is rebranding and it's selling for less than what Polymaker sells it for. That's crazy to me. There's a lot more makers that use the 3D printer than dedicated 3D printer channels. Yeah, I need to find more maker channels that are actually successful. I feel like maker channels lately don't get views. But if you know one, put it in the comments. I've been so happy with what I do with my life. I do wonder if people make videos because they have a drive to succeed or they just have a joy to share or if they are desperate. Okay, so that's kind of a loaded thing. I do think some people make content for the wrong reasons, but typically they're not successful. The people who truly enjoy making videos and love what they do usually are the ones that do end up being more successful because you can tell immediately when someone, like, you go to their channel, you can tell that they're just in it to advertise products. And I'm in chats, I'm in groups with some people that I'm like, I think you guys are looking at things wrong. It seems like a lot to get started and no promise of payoff. So really gotta wait, do the rigmarole if you don't. What do you mean? A lot to get started for what? 3D printing or YouTube? Did I check out the M3 is 3D? I did, and then I forgot to look at it. Dude, I've been busy. But I'll probably forget again. So you might have to remind me next stream. Next stream will probably be like next Friday night or something. I don't know. Depends what I'm doing. I was watching some called like Family Print Project or something like that, and this dude can't even buy filament. He's struggling, and he seems like a good guy, but I can't tune in because it's tough to watch him having issues with the car that sidelines his entire gig. I think I know who you're talking about. Hmm. Okay, so I will say 3D printing businesses sometimes don't necessarily seem that feasible. And I think there's a lot of terrible advice on TikTok for 3D print businesses. But I don't, so like there's a couple channels that just focus on the business aspect. It's a little bit different than like the entertainment aspect. Yeah, they buy bulk for chain retail stores with all white label filaments. I don't know what that's in reference to. Are P1S combos not 550 new still? I think for the AMS1 they are. Or are they cheaper? I think they're. I haven't checked Bamboo Labs prices because I just don't buy printer. I don't have to buy printers. I do occasionally for videos, but no, the AMS1 combo, the 2 combo has always been 579. The 1 combo has been always been 549. YouTube. Uh, oh, yeah. It is not a lot to get started in YouTube. You know why? Because let me show you guys. You're gonna see I have a whole bunch of 3D print videos like up. But let me show you guys something. Let me see if I can switch. I've been looking up a whole bunch of stuff for the game night 3D print stuff. So let me show you guys something. Let me first pull this up. Oh, not YouTube Studio. Well, we'll show you guys. So if you think you're gonna be embarrassed posting videos, like let's get into this. Food channels. I would love to do a food channel if I was making a second channel. Honestly, you can't look at YouTube. You can't look at YouTube as like I'm gonna make money because then you won't be successful. You have to look at YouTube as like I'm going to put a time investment into this, and then like you enjoy it as well. So like even if you weren't going to be doing, because the moment you like drag to make videos, you're not going to beat out the people who actually love doing it. I'm just telling you that right now. Like I don't think you're going to I don't think you would beat me out. Like I'm constantly improving and now I have over a year and a half of experience. But it's possible. You could be way more entertaining. You could be better. But like that would also if I saw someone doing better than me, it would strive I would strive to be better as well. Okay, so I was going to show you guys this. Let's see if I can switch the screen here. All right. So this is my channel, right? One of the things I love about this hobby is my wife is into it. Yeah, my wife has me print occasional things. You got to be smart to those YouTube channels. Kiddos to your hard work. Kudos, I think you mean. Yeah. I mean, you do. You got to look at things differently. It's a different skill set. Okay, so look at this. These are my first 3 videos. 1.9 thousand, 6.8 thousand for a second video. I record this in my garage only on my smartphone. This was only on my smartphone. The reason this did good is because I bought the Elegoo Centauri Carbon right at launch and I got it. So I did get a lucky break there. But then you look, I only got 1K views on this video. A life-size Battle Droid build only has 4.8. Top websites for 3D prints. Look, I had all of this success for a first starting YouTube. 1.9, 6.8. You probably can't see one of these. And then all of a sudden I get 411 views. And then a beginner guide, 598 views. Then I put time into this helmet and this video, which was probably a bad video looking back at it. I probably should make it private. And then 852. Like not every video was a hit for me. I've learned a lot. Also, these thumbnails are trash. But like you can see I didn't really get this. There's a 3D printing guide. Let me see. I need to bring up my OBS view. Yeah, this 3D printing guide is 21K, but it's been getting slow burn. Like 2 views every hour for like months. Same thing with this one. This one did get like 20K in the first month, I think. One of the things I love about this, oh yeah, I read that. You gotta be smart, but I'm utterly amazed. If oh yeah, I read that. Wow, that's about 411 views. Is that bad? Seems like that's a 411 views is bad when you look at my recent ones. Like I don't have. Oh yeah, ads. Sorry, I don't control the ads on this. There's delay from my PC. Interesting context. Yeah, so like if you look at this 1.6, that was a very low performer for me after I was finding a lot of success. Like just looking at this in general. Like top websites for 3D prints. Again, 411 views was really bad. But if you click this video, like you can
Mike
see
here, and
things
today
that
we're
you
going to show
did
you where you can
wrong.
get some
Like
awesome
look at
3D
this in
printable
comparison
files,
to where I'm at
such
now.
as
I
this
just
battle
would
droid
stand next
here.
to my
If
battle
you guys
droid
want to check out
because
how I did that, check out my previous
like
video. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment,
wow,
and
you're like popular.
subscribe.
I don't know
Also,
if
let
that's
me know down
sarcastic or
below.
not.
Other than
I have
Hex
16,000
3D,
subs,
and
dude.
again, this is another paid subscription or Patreon type thing.
Okay, and I will say I do
give you
better
guys
numbers
anything
than
that I
most people
wouldn't
with
personally
my
pay for
my channel
myself, and I'm
size,
actually
which is
signed up
probably
for
why I'm
these.
growing
So I
pretty
actually signed up this
pretty
last
decently. This has
weekend,
been a slow month, honestly.
like after 3 months.
But
There's
yeah,
the
like
multicolored printing with
I don't
theirs.
like.
They
Oh,
also
oops.
have the Marvel
Like this has
Rivals
black bars on the
adjudicator
bottom.
rifle.
I would
know
never
Marvel
put out a
Rivals is
video with
super
black bars on
popular.
the bottom
The
anymore.
Marvel Rivals, the 20. An example of one of the helmets. It's not
But like
always
it's just a
lot of the current
wait.
rewards. They actually have a Death Trooper, and it's like a
I think I need to. Hmm, let's see. Anyway, but yeah. You can do all this stuff. It's crazy. But let me go back. I mean, look at my most popular video is an Elegoo Centauri Carbon video, 81,000. So my thing is that I haven't really had one video. Yeah, there is a lot of people out there. You'd be surprised. There's YouTube's. Yeah, but 400 sucks. Uh, 81,000 people watch this video. I have yet to do a video that has over 100K. So, like, yet to do a video over 100K, which I'm looking forward to the day I do because I will be so happy. But yeah, anyway, but that's what I was saying. My latest videos have been really bad. But then like this one, like 7K, that was posted yesterday, 9.8K 4 days ago. This one's doing really good actually. It's consistently getting like 50 views an hour, so it'll be more in like a couple weeks. 18K 8 days ago, 1.3K. What do I use to edit? Dude, the best editing software is actually free, believe it or not. DaVinci Resolve. You do not have to pay for the studio version. You do get stuff like noise cancellation or like background noise removal, but you do not need it. But that is $300 for life, and if you do buy the studio version. But I use DaVinci Resolve. And I'm all self-taught for everything. You know, just teaching myself from YouTube. But yeah. So that's the interesting thing. Like I'm always willing to help people with YouTube. I think more people should get into YouTube. It's crazy that like, you know, this was like a vlog. I only did 1.3K. That's why I haven't posted another vlog. But like, why would you click this? Like it says finally. Like why would you click this unless you knew me and you just wanted to watch my content? That was part of the problem with that one. Uh, you know, this one I think it was just a crappy video. Certain things. I did not like the Linus Tech Tips video because they kept just throwing in shade to Bamboo Lab, pretty much. And it was in the middle of controversy, which I guess is Linus's specialty. It'd be cool to have you review tools or maintenance materials like an oil stick from Slant 3D or tools like Steven's Bump Mesh or have Gabe do a run of Portal's service. The problem with that is I just don't know if it would do very good views, and I don't use any of those. Like okay, this is gonna be really bad. I've never oiled my 3D printers, period. I've I I've used the grease packet on my Bamboo Lab like okay, let me change that. I've used the grease packet like one time ever on my H2S. I'm terrible when it comes to maintenance. I did read it, Larson. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Like, I appreciate it. That'll buy me and the wife. Actually, I don't take this money again to put in my personal stuff, so it won't buy me and the wife anything. I'll get a, I'll get a, I'll get a coffee, and I'll just say it's on you. Yeah, I'm just hardening up my printers to know what it's like to have no money. You know, they need to deal with tough times. You can get a new P2S, or unless you're including taxes, I guess that's about $600. Get the new one. You don't know what people did to them. 1,600 hours is actually like, for an average user, that's a lot of hours. You just don't know if something was wrong. Like you don't know what they were printing as well. If they were printing abrasives and like maybe there's a clog somewhere, you would never know. If especially like there's no way to test it. Is that message just in like black text and I can't see it? Hey, Mike, you are one of my top 5 channels. I look to watch. What draws me in is how real you are. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Ahmad, I know, but you know what's so funny is that I don't really have ringing sometimes. I probably do if you go back through and, and look at my Prince videos, but they look good to me, and I'm like, whatever. Only 16 likes. Look, I don't ask for likes. If you guys like it, you like it. But on my end, it shows 21. But there is 34 people in here, so we can get some more likes on this live stream. I am gonna hop off here soon. I hear the wife getting ready for bed, so I'd get the used one and fix it up personally. I don't know. I think I would get the new one. For like $100. Yeah, I would or yeah, it's only like $120. I get the new one. No risk. Then you get all the warranties. That's the thing. If you get the 450 one, you also don't have the warranties. Hey, man. Dang, give them people some memberships. Some of those thumbnails would convince me not to click on them, but I'm probably not the representative folks in the yeah. That's true. I forgot I even had this up on the screen. But yes, uh you're probably right. Like I do think maybe I didn't think this one through, for example. Um I don't think these are bad, but they did okay. This one actually did pretty good for talking about the Hagears printer only, which guys, I am concerned about the Hagears printer. Uh I am concerned. Let me just put it that way. I'm concerned more so from the fact that like they haven't shown too many 3D prints. I know like some people have them though, so I'm looking to see like what Uncle Jesse and Fohammer do with it eventually. Yes, it is crazy. Look at my wife commenting. Ugh. Let me change this around. Go back to full screen. Sounds as good to be a thirst. I'd get the. Wait, let me go back down. Oh my gosh, this chat. Good one. Thank you. It's crazy what people want for used printers the same price as new, dude. Even in my area, I priced some of my printers to sell and they went really fast. I appreciate what you do and share that. Too many social media creators start to get a following and then they go too far into the selling one thing or the other instead of what made them popular in the first place. Yeah, I agree. I don't like to yeah, I don't think I'll ever charge for like a course or something. That's crazy. Like actually I can firmly say I wouldn't charge for a course. Even if I did a 3D printing like I've thought about setting up a 3D printing website to help people like through that whole thing and like guide people through the whole process. Like if you have this happen, then maybe check out this and then get the community or some of my viewers to help with like generating that and like pushing through like okay, getting images for me, I guess. Like if you have spaghetti, try this. Maybe your plate didn't or your print didn't stick. If you're having this ringing, then maybe it could be your belts. If you're having an air print, maybe you got a clog. Like I think that would be really cool and it's all for free just getting sponsors on the website and just doing ads on the website. People have ad blocker anyway sometimes, but like just doing it so that way that content is free to get as many people into 3D printing as possible. But I would have to go full time like YouTube creation before I could even think about doing that because it would just take all my time. I would have to also probably hire a few people to help me. How do you come up with the JPG? Does that you mean the image? Like do I run it through an AI generator? I use premium ChatGPT, the 5.6, and what I'll do is I'll actually take my image that day so only very few times am I not in the shirt that you actually see, right? Like this one I'm actually not because I was just trying to find a thumbnail that works. But yeah, maybe oil your print. I just see that last comment. Definitely do maintenance. Do not follow me. But like I will usually take a still of how I recorded it and then like I took my picture with all of I guess I'm not even showing my screen. Dang it. Okay, let me change this. Oh man. It's getting late. Okay, so like you'll see here if you're interested in doing thumbnails, I will take my picture and I'm in the shirts for almost all my videos. This is accurate. This is what I was wearing that day, except for like this one. But for 95% of them, I'm in the same shirt, same setup. You can tell this one's AI generated because the background, but I took the picture of this print. I took the picture of this print. I took the picture of this print, and I took this picture and had it AI generate the 14 useful prints. So, in the background. So it kind of just went and did its own thing. But I find that most of the bigger channels also do this. And so like this one, I took this picture, I copied and pasted this from the Infomec website, and I just had to add cheapest tool changer. And I actually made this originally in Photoshop Express, which is free, by the way. And I had it remove the background. And yeah, anyway, that's kind of how I do it. So $20 a month, I get all my thumbnails done through AI. This one is actually one I make all myself. The 3D printing news ones, I make all myself. They're so cheap and easily done, but people click them because it's me doing the 3D printing news. Hager's printer is going to cost too much to make a profit. I agree. It's really expensive. You're going to be behind on that for a while, but it depends at what you're doing as far as business wise. Maybe you have a very specific idea that you have in mind for it and it could work. What TV shows do you watch? I watch currently House of the Dragon, Silo. Me and my wife are watching. I love Silo. Silo's a great show. Those are the two right now. And any Star Wars when they come out, but those are my two current shows I'm watching. I'm actually looking forward to Rings of Power. Yeah, it's crazy. They have like 2,500 carbon filled printers, maybe oil your printer. Yep. Yeah, I have. Yeah, for the website, doing all that stuff. Yeah, but a Teflon tube and a new extruder, like 60. Maybe you'll have a spare extruder already. Only real concern is belts, in my opinion. It's true, kind of. I'd still get the new one because you just never know. It's the warranty. The warranty with the new printer is the big thing. Since you like YouTube and now have more members, you can do like members only for the first week or whatever. Can be dumb stuff. I didn't like the idea of having members only content, but I think for vlogs that would get low views anyway, and those are mostly the people who would watch me do vlogs. If you were a member, I could potentially start doing like a weekly or like bi-weekly vlog that would be for members, but I don't like doing paid exclusive stuff because you get paid through just posting on YouTube. So you are technically being paid for everything. But I do need I like look, if I want to do this full time, like maybe doing a Discord through page. I thought about doing Patreon where it's $10 a month, similar to some people have it. And I have a Discord set up where I share stuff, what we're working on. We can share 3D printing stories so I can use them in the 3D printing news and stuff like that. But I don't know if that would be something that people are interested in or not. It's just something I've been brainstorming to just get more income, honestly. And it's a way to like get more direct access to me, but at least you're getting something. I would do my best to be very active in there because you guys are the ones I would be supporting. And then that would only take 400 members technically. I mean, I know like you kind of just doubled my members on YouTube, but YouTube takes a different amount. But like, yeah, 400 members, and then my wife wouldn't have to work. Since you like, yeah, I read that. True. Interesting context. Not only courses, but sponsored videos for non 3D printing stuff or affiliate links galore. Yeah, man. I'm not crazy about sponsors because they like to change stuff in your videos. But at the same time, if it's for a project video and they want to make sure their product is displayed in the best of light, I understand that. So if it's a project video, you're not really there to give like everything. You can tell certain limitations on like the project and how you use the product, but then like if you're doing like a news video or something else, it's a little bit different, right? You got to tell your honest experiences, but you can't lie. Lying is against the FTC, but I mean, no one's going to be able to really prove that you lied. It came from the Replicator 2 and the Lulz bot. Is that the US made printer? I'd probably just support. If I got something extra, fine. Yeah. If you want to make content, timed exclusives makes sense. Yeah, I've seen that too, where like the first hour is just members, but I guess we'll see. I definitely need to brainstorm that and see what would work and make sense. Like, do you guys think I guess not everyone's going to pay for it too. So everyone's in different financial situations. So I don't like to take away from people who are in different financial situations because I've been there where I literally, when me and my wife first got together, for example, I was literally sleeping on just a mattress. That's it. Like she would walk, credit to her for staying because you walk in my room. I was living with roommates and it was just a mattress on the floor. So, she's a real one. Also appreciate everybody for hanging out. We've had 30 viewers for quite a while, or 30 plus viewers for a while. For my third ever live stream, right? Like I don't plan these. I thought about posting, but I was like, eh. Think about what I'm making on AdSense and just fractionalize that based on how many subs you think you'll get. You'll end up making $1 per sub, like $1 per sub. I mean, yeah, potentially. Hey, if I made $1 per sub, $16,000 a month, like that'd be pretty wild, man. I keep forgetting. Oh no, never mind. If you made $1 per sub a month, like I would not be working. Oops. What's up, George? Is it Giorgio? Look at Caleb Hammer, like he's a master of doing that. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, all the hardcore open source companies are going down with the ship. There's just not enough people. And they're too expensive now. We're going to give this like a couple more minutes and then we're going to hop off here. I didn't intend to live stream this long. Like, we get like 2 more minutes for questions if you guys have any. But it's been good chats. Good chats. Good chats. We're at 16,082 subs. Not too shabby now. Not too shabby. Okay, well, I do appreciate the stream. Hey, man, thanks for all the subs, extra, or the members, gifted members donation. Appreciate it, man. I only just got here. Hey, you can watch the playback. I've been live for 2 hours. I got to hop off. It's 10:20 at night. Hey, no problem, man. Like, anybody can watch this back, see what we got going on, CC2 because it's cheaper, but I ended up choosing a P1S for ease and reliability. If it wasn't for the screen on the P1S, I think everyone would buy it. I think it'd be probably the most popular printer of all time if they made an upgrade for it, where you could pay like $20 and upgrade the screen. But that's part of the new stuff. Rio Rico, FYI, come dox me. Careful what you wish for with people on the internet. All right, guys. Well, I am going to head out for the night. It was great chatting with everybody. You can watch the playback. I'll leave this playback up. I heard the phone app does everything, so don't mind. Hello. I'm sorry people just got here, but I have to stop the stream. But you guys can watch the playback if you enjoyed. I've been live streaming now for a couple hours, so we'll try to live stream every weekend, maybe like for an hour or two here or there. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. But yes, there was a screen upgrade. But yeah, they did kill it. But anyway, but everybody have a good night. Enjoy your Saturdays. Don't get too crazy, and